Anyway, it went very well. We appreciate it, and here he is finally. Hager.
All right.
Well, thanks, folks. I mean, I figure that I'm going to stand out here in the rain with this damn thing. If you're standing out here in the rain, I'm going to stand out here in the rain, too. We have a lady who was here earlier who was walking around with a sign that was saying Google and NASA. And I didn't understand it, but I stopped and talked to her, and what she was talking about is Google and NASA are working together to stifle the news coming out on the internet. They want to control the news on the internet. So her husband has now been arrested. April 19th he was arrested. He was taken over to the Lane County Jail. He's in there on a federal bond. He will not even go to court until June. They came into his house and they're accusing him of attacking or threatening a Secret Service agent. Alright, now understand, folks, this is the kind of thing, I mean, I always tried to tell people that for myself, it didn't matter whether or not I quit getting hurt to people, because they can walk in anytime they want and say anything they want and make it real. I mean, we had a president who flipped us all off, and then we had a press secretary who walked out and said, that didn't happen. Okay? Understand, if they've learned how to do the Jedi mind trick, and apparently they have, because we have all these people who have all the information available to them but don't want to hear it. For me, my whole thing is spiritual. Okay, I do not have the right to practice my sacrament in my church in public. Yeah, land of the free, home of the brave. Kind of doesn't really ring true, does it? Now, understand, with all of the false information that we have out there, and when we have less than 1% of the people who are available in this community showing up for an event like this, we're pretty asleep. You know, I would like y'all to do a little gut check and see what you can do to get your brothers and sisters involved in this process. It's very important that we bring our families with us in this process, because this is a family event. For myself, the spiritual aspect of herb is it's a spiritual medicine, just like there's the physical medicine. They don't address these things because they have no power in these arenas. I've asked people to embrace, I've asked our culture to embrace the Church of the Caring. The reason I created that is because it has no dogma. I don't care what you believe. That's between you and your Creator. I do care enough that if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it and see what we can come up with. But other than that, all I want you to do is care. I want you to care enough, like Sean was talking about, to show up at court hearings that are going on, to show up at events like this. I wonder how many people are sitting over at the Saturday market over here right now while we're out here doing this. Yet they're all going to sit there, sell glass, smoke pot, but they're not willing to come forth and put their butts on the line to make a difference. Okay, until that happens, it's not going to happen. Okay, so for myself, I mean, I go through this with my vet friends who aren't out here. There's not one vet friend of mine that I take care of that's out here. And that just rips at my heart, because when we talk about PTSD, we have an average right now of 20 soldiers a day that are killing themselves because they've been in an immoral and an unjust war, and no one here, nobody wants to listen to them. The government won't listen to them. People don't have the time or the energy to step out of themselves and in the survival mode that we're in to be creative in this process. So I have a couple ideas I'd like you to kick around with your friends and see what you think of it. One is, in thanking Mayor Piercy, we would also like to address the fact that the mayor's council or convention or whatever the heck it was, where all the mayors got together, said that the drug war is a lost cause. Now, if the mayors are saying that, why doesn't Kitty stand up and say, Eugene is a haven for medical marijuana patients, and we're going to work on legalizing this so that we can have herb be the basis of our economy, not gold. We don't have a gold mine here other than herb. So why do we have gold as a standard? Now we can have it grown on the valley floor, we can have it grown in the forest, and like Squeaky was talking about, we can use it for all of the industrial reasons that we have available to us that DuPont said we shouldn't use, that Hearst said we shouldn't use. Why are we allowing that to be the basis of what we're doing?
Right on.
Now understand this. These people are responsive to us, but only if we show them how many of us there are. So here's an idea for Mr. Obama. I don't call him President Obama because I haven't really seen him do the kind of things that I would like to see. I would like him to offer amnesty to all of the credentialed people who are out there who are afraid to come out here. Okay, that's the lawyers, the doctors, the teachers, all these people who have something that they're afraid of losing, physical, material things. Okay? Now, if he doesn't want to listen to that aspect, that we would like to have a day of amnesty where all the credentialed people could come forth and they could declare that they're pot smokers and not be held to a standard that we talk about, which is the double standard. Okay? Now, if they're not interested in that, I also heard that he doesn't believe that we're an economic force in the United States. So for me, here's another idea. We pick a day. I don't care what the day is. But what we do is we tell Mr. Obama that on that day, every person connected with marijuana in any way, shape, or form, whether their family has somebody who's dying from cancer and they need to have it, or if they're working on the industrial aspect, or if they're working on the medicinal aspect, every person who has any vested interest in marijuana goes to their bank and takes their money out. And they take it out. They take it out for 24 hours. And they will not be penalized for doing that. Okay, because that's always the big fear. Oh, they're going to punish me. They're going to charge me. Okay. So we'll ask for, penalty-free day. 24 hours. To show them the economic viable force that we can be. But the whole thing is, just like here, we need to have people working together. One of the reasons that I brought that up about the person who has their family in jail right now is the fact there is no separation. Okay? Veterans need to step up. Okay? Because we're the ones that are supposed to protect our Constitution. And I don't see it happening. So I'm going to just give you those two ideas. One is to ask Mayor Piercy if she'll declare this a haven for medical marijuana patients. And the other one is to give Obama a chance to make a difference by recognizing who we are and giving the credentialed people who can't come out here, they can't get their picture taken, they can't be seen talking to us and stuff, an opportunity to actually stand up. Because I'm real tired of watching all my friends walk around with their head between their legs instead of standing up and going, I'm proud. Oh, one other thing. This is my challenge to Obama and everybody else out there. I don't want T testing. I want DNA testing. I want DNA testing on everybody in this country, because I'll put my drug record out there in the line, and I'll put my life out there in the line and say, now judge me. You know what I did in 1978 when I sat there and did some acid. Look to you, it opened my mind, okay? If it doesn't open your mind, don't do it. But understand this, you do not have a right to hold me down in any way, shape, or form. Thank you.